In accordance with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, this video is not intended for children under the age of 13. Man, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. There's a countess. She killed Asmer and messed up the rest of the team that was there to kill her. I need a better plan for fighting her. I don't have one. I wish I had a flagellant, and I don't. I miss Rogue Shark. Maybe if I had a better shield breaker. The best shield breaker I have is Axel, who's only level 3. So, like, maybe that's my new strategy. Train up shield breaker and just kind of get heirlooms to buy more districts, because, like, that'll help me, I guess. I just really... I don't want to keep going in there and feeding heroes to the Countess, so... I don't know. I don't want to do the super long missions because I want to try and get some of my, like, I want weeks to go by so that maybe a flagellant, a level 3 flagellant, will show up on the cart. So we're gonna go into the ruins, because the ruins, there's still bosses we're waiting to have show up there. And we're going to train up some of our lower levels here. Axel, of course, and then also Gunblade Knight, Hale, and Phantom Thief Fan. Phantom Thief Fan, he's going to steal your heart with a dagger. He's going to carve it out. Already have my thingies equipped, so we'll look in here. Yeah, I've been thinking about, like, shard dust, maybe, might be a thing that's useful against the Countess. I mean, it'll be something, I guess. And we won a lot of torches. But besides that, gaining money will also help, because I want to pay off the trinket wagon, buy more trinkets, and maybe then that'll help. Maybe I can find some trinkets that, like, help me against bloodsuckers, I don't know. Probably not, because usually the ones like that are the Crimson Curse trinkets that are, like, special. They only drop under certain circumstances. So, I mean, I don't know. We just gotta keep trying things, because I don't want to take corrupted characters into the Darkest Dungeon. It's too dangerous.
Better place to begin than the seat of our noble line.
Well, in other news, it's not really a lot of other news, but I decided something else I can do to pass the time. We do still need to pay attention, because we've had a lot of deaths lately. Hard noggin. Okay, that is better than Fairweather Fighter. I realize Fairweather Fighter only works when you're at max health. So that's not really something that we, like, really want that badly. Okay, here's our first battle here. So we're going to be taking advantage of our piercing capabilities.
Destroyed.
There we go, and maybe we'll have another fight against snakes. Good crit. Other stuff I decided to talk about. So I've started work on my second character study. If you haven't watched it, please go check out my first character study on Olimar. I'm quite proud of it. I'm happy with how well it went, actually. So I'm scripting the second one. I hope to have a script finished by the end of the week. There's actually a script for it that I wrote a long time ago, but I'm not happy with it anymore. I think I can do better. So buttons. The other idea I had for a video that I was maybe going to do was I was thinking of doing a top 10 games I played in 2019. That's a tradition I always liked a lot. But I'd rather just get right into doing another character study and kind of strike while the iron is hot there, while people, you know, want more. Because already it's probably going to take me a long time, because those take me a long time to make. Videos take me a long time to make. So I was thinking maybe in this episode, and maybe the next one, if it bleeds over, I could talk a little bit... Yeah, I didn't think so. Then maybe I could talk a little bit about games I played in 2019. I talked about something kind of similar when I was talking about, like, what I thought Game of the Year at the Game of the Year Awards. But yeah, these are going to be... This is going to be my top 10 games I played in 2019. Obviously, there's a lot of games that I continued to play in 2019. Like, I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Super Smash Bros. And stuff like that. But it should be games that I've, like, played for the first time in 2019. If I played it a little bit a year before, I'll count it. Like, if I never really got to sit down with it too much before 2019. Like all those games that I tried for Steamcember, if I, you know, played them more in earnest after that, I would count those as games I played in 2019. I want to give 3 honorable mentions right off the bat. The first one's going to be, they're all 2 games that I haven't really finished. The first one I did actually finish. I just didn't finish it in 2019. I only started to play it at the very end of the year. And that was Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. I've thus finished it in 2020, but I'd say the majority of the time I spent playing it was after the new year rolled around. So I think of it, I'm already thinking of it more as a game I've played in 2020. But I love Donkey Kong Country. Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair is a lot like Donkey Kong Country. I was a little bit disappointed when I first saw it that they, like, weren't going to try to make another 3D platformer, but it is probably a better all-around product than if they had tried to, again, to make a 3D platformer, and just a lot of the game systems are very neat and very clever. I have beaten it now. I beat the Impossible Lair, and I got all the bees and all of the tonics, except for the one. There's a really hard-to-get tonic where you basically need to beat the Impossible Lair on your first try with no extra bees for hit points. So it's basically like the perfect run, and I didn't do that. That's gotta be, like, borderline impossible. Honorable mention number 2 would be Valkyria Chronicles. Let's Play still going on this channel. Just since I haven't finished it quite yet, I am reserving my judgment, but I am enjoying it a lot. You know, as the first game in the series, it's got a lot it's still figuring out. You know, there's some clunk to it, but I'm kind of enjoying the clunk and learning how to game the system to my benefit and stuff like that. Aw, trapped. Ah, geez, all these... I've already used most of my bandages. Darkest Dungeon obviously isn't going to count because I've been playing Darkest Dungeon far before this year. Okay. Good stuff.
For a task well performed.
The third honorable mention would be Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't have a PS4. I was only playing it over at our friend Tim's house. I got through... The last Disney World I did was Arendelle, which sucked, by the way. The Disney Worlds are a drastically varying quality, but... Was that a dog bark? Oh, that is a dog bark. Let me see why dog is barking. Hey, yeah, she was barking at nothing. She was barking at people walking around outside, which they're allowed to do because they're our neighbors. So I'm just gonna continue attacking here. But yeah, despite all odds, I am still a Kingdom Hearts fan. And right now I can see it going either way. I'm undecided how well I think they stuck the landing, as they say. It's not like Kingdom Hearts 3 is the final game or anything. It's not even like Kingdom Hearts 2 narratively was leading up to Kingdom Hearts 3. But it is like a fun action game. There's a lot of neat systems. It's fun to play around with. It's really beautiful. So I don't know. I could go either way with it. I would have to finish the game. Oh wait, I should have used Impale. Oh man, why didn't I use Impale? Dang it.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy.
Okay, so... Also, keep in mind, these are only games I got to play, and they're not exclusively games that came out this year. You know, like Valkyria Chronicles, for example, came out in 2012. Are you gonna die? Yeah, you are gonna die, so... Let's just do this. Yeah, I didn't get to play everything I would like to, especially because I don't have a PS4, you know, I'm not made of money. I don't get to play everything that comes out every year.
The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Let's drop the Jades, take the Deeds. Like, Devil May Cry 5 looks really good, Jedi Fallen Order looks really good. A lot of games that I'm not going to get the chance to play. A lot of indie games that look cool. I haven't played Wargroove yet. So, it is what it is. Okay, would it be better to try and... Yeah, let's try and kill these archers here. So, my number 10, and I thought about having this be like a number 20. But my number 10 is Untitled Goose Game. And when I was thinking of it being a top 20, my number 20 was Untitled Goose Game. Because I feel like whatever the list is, Untitled Goose Game deserves the last spot. And it deserves to be on the list, because it's pretty great. But it is a short experience, and it is a meme, but it's an experience done very well. It's a fun puzzle game. I like the atmospheric music of it, the kind of piano playing. It's a puzzle game. I like puzzle games a lot, and it's really charming. I was thinking of saying this back when this was going to be, an entire video. But a potential criteria for the list is whether or not I played it with my wife, because if I played the game with Allie, I probably had even more fun with it. So this was a game that we just, it was out, all the YouTubers were talking about it. We hadn't really watched much of the the Let's Plays of it or anything, so we decided to just get it one night. Finished it all in one night, had a really great time. I later came back and 100%ed it, doing all the, secret trials and the time trials and stuff. So I got that crown, became the superior goose. But it's just, we were laughing the whole time. It's a very strange experience. Part of it is just, there is an inherent comedy to, geese are dicks, and you're playing as one and you're being a dick to everybody. It's just, it's a fact of life. Do we want to rest already? Maybe let's try and do one more room before we rest. But it works very well as a puzzle game, finding, creative solutions to things. Yeah, I'm gonna try and prevent deaths here. Yeah, just everything about it is really well done, and I was kind of amazed how much it creates frustration, because every NPC can overpower you and take anything out of your hand at any notice. Your progress is constantly getting undone, but not only does it give you the frustration, but it gives you the means for immediate catharsis. And I found that after a while, I was being a dick for no reason to NPCs. I was doing things to terrorize them that didn't really benefit my playthrough in any way. And it's just kind of funny how it can tap into this weird sense of rage that the game has. So yeah, a lot of fun. That would be my number 10. Number 9 took me a while to think of. Took me a while to narrow down. There was a lot of other games that could have taken this spot, because of course Untitled Goose Game was going to take the 10th spot. So I decided to go with Oxenfree. Oxenfree is a game that I played for Steamcember last year, you might recall. And it was one of the least popular games of Steamcember, I think, especially because it's so narrative-focused and so, I just think it was destined to not make a very engaging Let's Play, in my opinion. But this was another game that I played with Allie. We played it on Halloween, actually. We had nowhere to go Halloween night, so we just stayed in and played Oxenfree on my PC. I've been playing a lot of the games from Steam Semper, trying to get through them to, like, fully experience them. And a lot of them I really like, but Oxenfree was just, it was a cool night. We treated it sort of like a movie night. Again, we finished it in one night. There are multiple endings, though at the end of it, I was very just satisfied with the ending that we did have. I don't really feel a need to play it again anytime soon. Once you get used to the very teenageriness of the dialogue, you know, maybe I'm getting too old. It's hard for me to relate to stupid teenagers, because I kind of never was too stupid of a teenager. But once you get behind the characters, you know, I think they're well-rounded and likable. Ren does stupid things, but, you know, it's a horror movie. Somebody has to be doing all the stupid things. There's, like, a cool mystery angle to it of, like, just kind of trying to understand what's going on. There's parts that, you know, I wouldn't call it, like, a horror movie. It's creepy, it's not scary. Soothing Light engulfs the hero. We got a buff. Cool, extra damage. The gun blade is ready. We've done the juncture system. I really like Oxenfree's weird mechanic of... I like how the conversation mechanic of that works. You're engaged the entire time because just how many times it asks you to respond with dialogue. It calls you to action very often. You're constantly putting in, like, your 2 cents about everything. All the characters are very, very quippy. Like, this is a thing that people don't like about Life is Strange. I understand that everybody... all the talk is, like, so, like, oh, that's so, like, uber big. Very, like, slang-filled. And I don't know, we hate people that are younger than us, so we don't like it. Yeah, I'm gonna take more crests. I could use the gold, but I'm gonna take more crests. Okay, what does the suit of armor do? Alright, became... Phantom Thief fan became a ruins tactician. Good to, be able to scope out the place. Do I have another shovel? Yes, I do, and I will use it on this path.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing...
So yeah, that's Oxenfree. There's a lot of other honorable mentions that are close, like Luigi's Mansion 3 is, like, really polished and good and probably my favorite Luigi's Mansion game now, and I don't know why, like, I had some disappointments with Pokemon Sword and Shield, but it was still a Pokemon game, and I still love Pokemon games, and I still had a great time with it. I think just all the Twitter discourse around it made me enjoy it less than I would have, and I'm not doing a lot of the post-game stuff because I'm kind of quickly going on to other stuff. I guess I'm excited about the DLC, though I wish in place of the DLC there could have been, like, more time put into the main game. Not that, I wouldn't call the game incomplete, but it's just rough around the edges. So those are some honorable mentions. I also played Owlboy this year, which was very effective. I don't think everything about Owlboy works, but Owlboy is pretty cool. Titan Souls was neat and difficult. But for my number 8 spot, which I'm checking the list that I have below, I'm surprised it's only number 8 on my list. That should say more about how great all the other games are. But number 8 is Baba Is You. Came out this year. Dang it, Torn Rotator. Man, I hate that one. Okay, well, I should probably camp soon, right? Because I'm, like, throwing away supply items that I don't need to throw away. But yeah, Baba Is You is a very brilliant puzzle game, and that's all I'm really going to bother to say about it. Because it needs to be seen to be believed. It's really mind-bending. Not since, like, Portal 2 have I had so many, like, oh my god, aha moments of just, like, major revolutions that, like, just these paradigms that turns the entire game on its head. Sure, we'll do this. You can't be marked. Yeah, why not? I was gonna do something to prevent nighttime ambushes, but I wouldn't mind getting a nighttime ambush. Let's fight some snakes. Nope, not fighting any snakes. Okay. One more room battle, then. Also, Baba Is You has a cool soundtrack. Also has a really cool meta aspect that potentially comes into play depending on how deep you get. The game is a lot smarter than me. I'm, like, not smart enough to be able to handle Baba Is You. But if you like puzzle games, which puzzle games are one of my favorite kinds of games, then I would recommend the heck out of it. Okay, this is going not so bad. So, at number 7 is going to be a game that you all got to watch me fall in love with, and that would be... Wait, what did I block? Oh, I blocked the mark. Okay. Dust and Elysian Tale. Great game. I think I'd have even more reverence for it if I played it back when the game came out in 2012. But, like, it is incredible for a game that came out in 2012. For an indie game that came out in 2012. Made by pretty much one person, Dean Dodrill. You can see his passion both for video games and for animation. I understand he's, like, a really big fan of Don Bluth. It started as a cartoon, I think, and then over time he retooled it into a game. It did a lot for the indie game scene, I feel like, and just the combat of it works really well. I wish we played it on a harder difficulty, because I could have used more challenge. The challenge of the game wasn't really giving me too much pushback. Okay, and let's get back to this final room here. It's pretty funny. I wouldn't say the game is as deep as it wants to be, but it's still, like, pretty deep and it's very earnest. It touches on some themes of identity and stuff like that, and I think it's pretty smart about that. It's a little bit too simple for my taste, but, like, I read a lot of philosophy and have watched a lot of other things that are about identity, so I kind of... I don't want to say I'm past that, but, like, I want a little bit more depth than is even available there. But, you know, if I had played this in 2012 when I was however old I was in 2012, I guess I was 22. Which is a lot more impressionable than 29. So I think it would have, like, I think it could have, like, blown my mind if I played it back then. But, you know, even though I'm saying, like, it's maybe not the greatest thing in the world, it's still very, very, very good. And I had a great time playing it with Oscar. And you guys sharing comments and stuff like that. Another one for the Let's Play comes in at level 6, at number 6. Item for Flagellants, okay. That one would be Psychonauts, another Steam Sember winner. Why did that have to be trapped? That sucks. I'm gonna try and grab a couple more items before I leave. Psychonauts is just more my thing. It's a 3D platformer, which I like a lot more. Like, I like Metroidvanias, but as a Metroidvania, I don't think Dust is so great. Dust is really great as, like, a 2D character action game. I feel like that's kind of more where its juice comes from. That's more like it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna eat all this food here. Take these sapphires. I should have done that with Gunblade Knight. He's better at it.
Mind that such missteps are the exception,
okay.
and not the rule.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I'm gonna walk a little bit further just so that I can check out this hallway, and then we'll leave. Unless my characters get hungry, then I might bow out faster. Yeah.
Gnawing hunger
Ah.
sets in.
It's only a little
The
bit,
body against
though.
itself.
Hale and Phantom Thief Fan are both holding fasting seals. So that's why they didn't get hurt by that. Okay, so we got books, unsettling passages, okay. Can we get one more good set of items here? No, the crate is empty. Gosh darn it. Okay, let's leave. But yeah, I liked all the, just the world. Psychonauts is another Tim Schafer game. I love that guy. The world is so creative. I love the voice acting of it. I love that it's a 3D platformer. All the worlds and levels are exciting. Let's look at these level ups real quick. So Axel and Gunblade Knight both hit level 4. Phantom Thief Fan is still at level 3. Hale got up to level 5. We got an aesthetic instead of a diurnal Gunblade Knight. And we got a Warren's Tactician instead of Hard Noggin. And Phantom got Manslayer. Better accuracy and crit versus human opponents. Cool. Alright, let's see what's happening back in town.
Finally,
Medical breakthrough.
the serum is working. And the side effects are manageable.
Okay, so the medical ward is free. Dram Warblue disappeared, it seems. But since the medical ward is free, I wish the treatment ward was free, but I'll take what I can get. So we'll treat Hedia's wasting sickness for free. We'll treat Ramona's bad humors for free. And anybody else? Anybody else sick? No? Okay. Let me take a look at the Nomad Wagon. So, yeah, a lot more items showing up in the Nomad Wagon now, though nothing I'm crazy about. I do like solar crowns, but, like, I have one. It's fine. So, yeah, I can reduce the cost. I'd rather wait on that. Anybody new from the stagecoach? Okay, a new Man-at-Arms. A new Man-at-Arms would be very nice, actually. Let me check my list here. Yeah, you have also been waiting a very long time. Let's finally get you in here. Omega Sam. Welcome to the group. You got, you're afraid of the weld, so we'll not bring you into the weld. But, you get less stress when the torch is lit high. I like that a lot. Nymphomania. Okay. So you like the brothels. Quick reflexes is good. Lets you get out bolster really fast. Yeah, not too bad.
The raw strength of youth may be spent, but his eyes hold the secrets of 100 campaigns.
Okay. And you guys are all in, like, not very bad shape. So I think I'm gonna try and go again. This gives us Sunshine in the Thicket, which could be a good lead-in to then attempt to fight the Brigand 16-pounder. Whereas this is a medium-level mission. Also, the Thing from the Stars is here, but I wouldn't mind running into the Thing from the Stars again. So I think I'm going to keep a similar group. I'm definitely going to keep Axel, because I want to train Axel more. Let me think about this. Okay, keeping the same team, except Hale is now too high of a level to go into this mission here. So instead, I am bringing in Nameless Nick. How you doing, Nick? Yesterday was Nick's birthday, or, you know, the day before I am currently playing this. So, I think that'll be fun. I think throwing poison darts at the Thing from the Stars should work out nicely. It's not a super long mission, so I think it's gonna be okay. Yeah, I need to use these potent salves on things. So I'm gonna take a lot of food again. Take a lot of torches again, because torches run out fast. And take bandages. That's actually more bandages than I meant to take. Let me sell those back. Food, bandages. Yeah, Okay, I will do my best to deal with blight damage. I think it'll be alright. Alright, but as I was saying with Psychonauts, you guys watch me play Psychonauts, you know I had a good time. I really like... all of the levels of that game are really fun. I mean, some of them have aspects about them that are annoying, like the Playhouse is, you know, it's a little bit annoying. This map's a little bit bigger than I like, but I also like that... I like how each world is also a character, and how it's like a character's psyche. Because it instantly gives... so you're characterizing a place and a character at the same time. Like, just walking around somebody's insides and finding, like, a gym locker room underneath the city that, like... I don't know, it can potentially say a lot about them. And it creates a lot of quirky moments that are never at the expense of fun platforming environments. Great level design all around. I had a lot of fun 100%ing that game and trying to collect every single little thing. Alright, so we don't know when the thing from the stars will show up. But we do know that Phantom Thief Fan is very strong against Eldritch things. Which is good for me. Also, Nick is good at crits. I don't know why I thought Grave Robber for Nick, I just did. He didn't specifically request Grave Robber, it's just the kind of character I think he tends to like a lot. Ah, yes, these crits. Good crits, good crits. Yeah, so I'm actually waiting to knock out these guys until I can kill the slime first, because he'll summon more slimes to fill up the ranks. But if there are already enemies there, he can't do that. That's my plan. Ah, okay. Well, when we camp, Nameless Nick might be able to cure that ailment. Okay, and you are as good as Blighted. You're as good as dead.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Okay, I can't reach where I want to reach, so I'll just do this instead.
Size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be
Damon Pool? No, Abyssal Artillery, because it does extra damage. Okay, didn't do extra enough damage. Oh, the one problem with this is without Hail, I don't have any stress relief for Axel, which might be a little bit more of a problem. But if we can fight the thing from the stars and get some shards out of that fight, that will be good enough for me that I actually wouldn't mind leaving this quest without completing it. I think I'd be okay with that. Alright, so that was my description of Psychonauts and why it's one of my favorite games I played this year. That's halfway through the list. So, number 5. Number 5, this is the year I finally played Xenoblade Chronicles in earnest. I have owned this game since it came out in the West. I was actually one of those people supporting Project Rainfall when it was Xenoblade Chronicles and The Last Story and Pandora's Tower. Xenoblade Chronicles is the only one I played it, but I really wanted those to come to the West, especially because I felt like those games were kind of in response to some of the RPGs at the time, especially Final Fantasy XIII, where JRPGs were getting really linear, and Xenoblade Chronicles was planning to be really expansive. The problem is, when I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles in, like, 2014 or whatever, a super expansive RPG actually was not what I needed because I was in college and I was very busy. So I kind of swiftly grew to regret how big of an undertaking I'd taken by playing it. And I was interested in the world, even though, like, I had my hang-ups. It's not a big problem, but, like, even for a Wii game, Xenoblade Chronicles looks really aged. You know, it's smart of them to make a remake of the definitive edition so that it can finally look as good as it wants to. It can, like, realize this world in beautiful HD. I liked the characters, I just wish they would all shut up during battle. They all have way too many comments during... They all activate their barks too often. Like, all the time, they're all shouting what they're doing. That's something they should maybe try to fix in the Definitive Edition, is just lower the rate at which people speak, because we're at, like, Bubsy the Bobcat levels. Like, I like having that vocal feedback to what I'm doing, but seriously. And the beginning of it was kind of a slow burn for me. Also, it was really easy for me to see a lot of the bigger things coming, but it was the smaller things in the plot that I, like, really enjoyed. Like, when such and such a character turned out, like, to be, like, this other character in disguise, that was always very easy for me to see coming. But there are other times where it wasn't that bad. There were a lot of little character moments that I really appreciated, that I think worked really well. My favorite character actually was Ricky. I did not play the game with Allie, but she was around for a lot of it, and kind of shared in my experience of how, you know, at times annoying it was. Huh. Yeah, I should probably get rid of something, but this is a nice pile of citrines here. It'd be a shame to get rid of them, I feel like. Okay.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption.
Yeah, maybe I'll camp sooner than later just to, like, make more room with the stuff. Why don't I check out this little knob over here, and then I'll get back to it. Okay. Oh, secret room over here, too, so save my key for that. While the UI is a little overcomplicated and different things about the game is, like, more convoluted than it needs to be, it is still a very good JRPG. There's just a lot of, like, stuff in the way, but it's still very, very good, and I really like the world, and I find I can't say this about enough JRPGs, but it actually, like, sticks the landing, if you know what I mean. Like, the ending of it is actually satisfying. A lot of times with stories that long, it just can't be satisfying enough at the end. Even the ones that are good usually don't feel good enough for, like, how long you've spent. But, like, I was happy with it. I liked how the game ended. And there's some, like, neat sci-fi themes that you are on and stuff like that. So, yeah, I like Shulk. I'm glad that Xenoblade Chronicles is, like, a returning part of Smash Brothers now. I don't know if I'm, like, dying to play the second one, but I like the first one a lot. I do know I'm probably not going to get the Definitive Edition because it took, like, 100 hours for me to get through this game, and I'm not doing that again. Like, it's too soon for me to play through this game again.
Eradicated.
Hashtag too soon. I did do a lot of the side quests, and the more side quests I did, the more fun they became to complete. I got everybody's 4th skill tree. I was not going to do everybody's 5th skill tree because that's post-game, and once a game is done, a lot of times I'm done with it. It's, like, harder for me to want to stay for things after the credits roll a lot of times. And after about 100 hours of doing so many side quests, I decided enough was enough, and let's finish the game, and I like how it ended. So, yeah, good JRPG, Xenoblade Chronicles number 5.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I'll take that gold, but I might throw it out immediately. Okay. It's just as well that that be trapped. Let's get back over here. Those mushrooms grew back. How annoying. My number 4 game I would play, another RPG I finally played in 2014. Unlike Xenoblade Chronicles, I had had no exposure to this one before, virtually, was The World Ends With You. Really enjoyed The World Ends With You. Again, there was some barrier to entry. I played the final remix on the Switch, and I kind of wonder how final it is, because I know it does not control the same way as the original. Little bit annoying that there's not, like, a, you know, normal button configuration for the game, but Yeah, okay, let's pry that open. Oh, I thought that would work. Okay, well, since it's locked, I'm not going to bother with it because I'm saving my key for the secret room over there. Okay, who's in here? I wonder if this is the thing from the stars in this hallway here, because he's taken his sweet time showing up. But I mean, you know, while I wish it had a more traditional control scheme, because you're either using motion controls while docked or using touch controls while playing in handheld. I played the whole thing in handheld mode. I kind of have to respect that, like, that's how the designer wanted it to be played, and they don't want you to play it any other way. You know, it's not good for, you know, making the game more accommodating, that's the word I want. But I get why, for what the game is about, why it wants to be played that way. And yeah, it's another just really neat world. Taking place in Shibuya. The game has a definite style all its own. The songs are cool, even though a few of them I kind of wished would stop playing. I got really tired of Beat's theme after a while. The way the game plays is neat, and I think it's really cool how it kind of lets you tailor the experience to your liking as far as, like, difficulty and stuff goes. Like, you gain levels, but you can... There's a slider to basically lower what your effective level and stats are, and then you get more, like... For challenging yourself more, you get, like, drop items faster. And that's a really neat system. I like the idea of how equipment is, like, clothing, like how it's like fashion, and you know, have to kind of keep up with fashion trends to get the best boost. You need to, like, wear the brands that are most popular in a certain area, but you can also, like, if you're wearing certain clothes a while, you can actually change what the fashion trends are. And I like the story and what it's about. I like the moral. I like how it goes about exploring its themes. I'm not going to do a full analysis, but I would do a character study on Neku sometime, and probably enjoy it. Okay, since this map is so long, I am going to use Bandit Sense to try and prevent any kind of nighttime ambushes. I'm also going to use the Snuff Box. Let me make sure I'm picking the right person. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of Phantom Spotted Fever with the Snuff Box. And yeah, I'm gonna give all my companions armor piercing, because that should help against the thing from the stars. I get 2 more. What do I want to do with my 2 more? Maybe lower somebody's... Yeah, I'm gonna lower your stress, because I know stress is a big thing against the thing from the stars. And I still have a lot of food, so you guys shouldn't be freaking out there.
We require only the strength.
Okay. Nope, still spiders. The thing from the stars is remaining elusive. Yeah, just the title, The World Ends With You, which is not the game's original title. In Japan, the game's title is... It's a Wonderful World, I think. I think that's what it is. Which I feel like gives the title a completely different context, because those are both phrases that are used in the game. It's very interesting to me. But again, I'm not doing an analysis. I'm just gonna tell you that I like the game. You know, it was both mainstream and cool enough, but also, like, artsy-fartsy enough to hit that perfect sweet spot for me. Number 3 was another game that I played with Allie. It was Danganronpa V3. Finally played that game this year. Been wanting to play that for a long time. I talked about it a little bit on this channel. I talked about finishing that. Yeah. Okay. Good resisting the disease, though. I want to explore here. And I want to use my key, get some yeah, some puzzling trapezoids. So I guess I'll get rid of the gold and the citrines, because these are worth way more. Cool, gonna ignore that. And keep going. Allie and I both really like the first two Danganronpa games. We also watched the anime, Danganronpa 3, because the anime is actually like a chapter of the Danganronpa overall story. We loved playing those two games, and this was the same way where we, you know, played it together, and we hadn't played it for a long time because after we moved, it took a while to decide how we wanted to play it, because we didn't want to... I have it on the PC, and we didn't want to play it, like, crowded around the PC. We wanted to, like, get to be comfy while we played it. We wanted to play it on the couch in the living room. So finally I just took the PC out to the living room, and that's what we did. Yeah, let's get some bleed on you. There we go. There we go, big guy. Okay. You hit really hard. I'm worried about it. Oh, no, you're debuffing me. You're debuffing me, and you're moving everybody around. Okay. I can't do Pierce from the back row? Oh. What can you do from the back row? You can do Pistol Shot, at least. Okay, and you can move forward or backward, too, so I'll move you forward, too. Yeah, that works. That works. I definitely wouldn't say it's my favorite Danganronpa, though there's some things about it that I think it does best. I don't know, maybe it's the best overall package. My favorite Danganronpa is actually still the first one, just because I like how it works as a story, and it's more grounded, and I like that about it, but it's kind of fun to watch this series keep trying to top itself with how ridiculous it can get. Yeah, mad respect in that regard. It it definitely got more ridiculous. Though I want to say, so I know the ending of the game is considered divisive among fans, and it's a real mind freak, because it has to be. They need to keep, you know... Oh no, Nick. I knew there was a big hit coming. Okay, don't be too fast. Don't be too fast, Nick. Let's try and kill you? Okay. Nick, don't die. Okay, let's try and kill you so that Nick doesn't get his tick of bleed. Okay, we'll cure your bleed. That's the first thing we're going to do. We're also going to feed you as much food as possible right away. This jade is worth more than this gold, but I might pick up more gold, and I'm less likely to pick up more jades. So we'll do it that way. Okay, this is starting to get fraught.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Just want to say, Allie and I are really good at guessing the endings of things. We play through the game and kind of think tank everything, both who the murderer is and what the, like, overall deal with the story is. And the big mind freak thing in the last case, we guessed within the first 10 minutes of the game. I am not kidding, we're that good. I will brag about it, I'm pretty proud of it. Had to drink some water after that big brag. Alright, where is... Where is the thing from the stars? It said the thing from the stars was around, but I don't see them. Okay, I guess we'll... yeah, try and kill things first. And heal Nameless Nick a little bit more. That was, we're not getting very lucky on those. But yeah, I like the characters a lot of Danganronpa 3. It has a really solid cast. All three of the games have really solid casts, though. I really liked Gonta a lot. I really liked Kibo a lot. I liked Samugi. There's a lot of other characters that I really, really enjoyed. Okay, your blight is not very high, so we will do that. And we will also, yeah, open this vein a little bit more. Yeah, that's all I wanted. That 2 damage was all I wanted. That's perfect. Oh, you're focusing Nick. Stop focusing, Nick. Stop that. Okay, Phantom, we're gonna need you to heal Nick a lot more then. That's what we're gonna need. Okay. Man, can we get some better heals, though? And we keep getting the bleeding chance. Dang. Not good at all. 6. We need 7 damage. I think we could do that. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Very good. Okay, let's treat this bleed again. Going through all our food here. Are we able to see if there's definitely no more? Okay. I'll get rid of the shovel. I'll do that. I'll get rid of the shovel and I'll take the crests. Where even are... Did I miss one of these? You know what? I think I might have missed one of those. I think I might have not been paying enough attention. I said I would pay attention. Oh no, here's another one. Perfect. Alright, quest complete. But let's continue adventuring because I want to go beat up the thing from the stars. Who I guess must be in this last hallway here. Either that or he's not showing up. Where are you? Okay, so really quick, my top 2 games. I don't have to talk about my number 2 too much because it's a game most of you know very well. It's Fire Emblem Three Houses. I have no problem with them including it more in Smash Brothers. I am a really huge Fire Emblem fan, and even though I prefer things like Blazing Sword and Radiant Dawn that kind of, for lack of a better term, get to the point faster, as long as you're going to do a game like this with, like, Persona 5-esque management of relationships, Three Houses does it so well. You get so attached to your class right away. I have a lot I can complain about with the game too, but that doesn't change the fact that the mechanics of it are so good, and the writing is really good even for a recent Fire Emblem game. I was kind of burnt out on Fire Emblem before this game came out. I was like having trouble getting hyped for it, what with like Fates being a lot for me to get through, and even Birthright. Birthright was fun, but having a whole nother one, and how much I've been playing Fire Emblem Heroes, even though it's gotten really unrewarding for me. But yeah, Three Houses pretty much knocks it out of the park. I have notes. I have things I think can be done better, but it's done very well. And I've talked about that before. I've given so many of my thoughts about that. So, my number 1 game did not come out this year. Good dodge, Nick. Dodging that stress. Dodging all of life's stresses. My number 1 game did not come out this year. It came out a couple years ago. It was also a Steam December game that didn't, like, do very well. It was kind of a surprise how much I ended up liking it. It's Night in the Woods. Because, again, I am artsy-fartsy and like artsy-fartsy games that are, like, about things. Need water. Excuse me. Okay. I will take these things to be self-evident. Alright. If you want to show up thing from the stars, now would be the time. No. No, he just didn't show up. How rude. I was promised a thing from the stars. Alright, well, I can tell you all about Night in the Woods, but I'm running out of time, and basically I want to say I really enjoyed what it was about. I related to it on a personal level. It's kind of like how I really like Undertale, and I know some of you are tired of hearing about Undertale, but I really freaking like Undertale, and I really freaking like Night in the Woods. Night in the Woods is not as fun to play as Undertale, which even Undertale is very, like, is more gameplay focused. But, like, not fun for everybody. Anyway, Axel remains at level 4. Gunblade Knight still at level 4. Nameless Nick still at level 3. Phantom Thief Fan hits level 4. Gunblade Knight gets... You're a natural! This has to do with not wearing trinkets, though. That's not that good. And Nameless Nick becomes a Beast Slayer. Cool. But... Night in the Woods is about... Oh, right. Sunshine in the Thicket.
Its way through the rotting boughs. Let us press on.
Wholesome plant life has been spotted in the surrounding wood, a rarity in these parts. Extra Resolve XP and extra damage in the Weld on next quest. So I don't think the Resolve XP is going to be too important to me, but the extra damage will be helpful in fighting the Brigand 16-pounder, which I think I'm going to do next week. Thing from the Stars still says he's there. I kind of don't believe him. Okay. I mean, the Weld is a big place. Doesn't mean he has to show up. Anything in the stagecoach? No. Yeah, so to put it very simply, Night in the Woods has a lot of morals. It's about a lot of things, but I think ties it together very well. I related a lot with the main character. Them being a college dropout. I'm not a college dropout, but I did, like, change my major in a way that made me feel like I wasted a lot of time and wasn't doing anything with my life once. You know, I'm doing a lot better with these things now, but it reminded me of a time when I was not doing really great with them. And that made the story resonate with me really well. And also the whole that it's, like, in a dying town angle. Yeah, just worked very well, because that's kind of what Bethlehem is like sometimes. Okay, so I can increase the wagon size now. I'll do it. I'll increase the wagon size. What the heck? No use thinking about it forever. And do I have enough? I might have enough deeds to do a thing with the deeds. Yeah, I can get the Altar of Light for Crusaders, Vestals, and Flagellants, extra stun resist, and extra healing skills. That's awesome. Let's do it. Yeah. Oh, that does not look like an Altar of Light. That looks like an Altar of Creep. Alright, so thank you for listening to me ramble for an hour while I do some much-needed training. Next time, I'll take on the Brigand 16-pounder, because we gotta do that sometime. Dran Warblue's back now. Can start thinking a little bit more about how I want to handle the Countess, but I think I want to wait either until Axel is at level 6, or what would be even better is if I had a Flagellant that could show up at level 6. But I mean, they're not going to show up at level 6, but level 3, and I train them up. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm the Comic Foil, and happy 2020, guys. It is almost February. Saying happy 2020, we're, you know, a good ways into it already.